Hi guys, welcome to the Heart of David. I decided to make a video to show you many of the signs of what I believe to be the Antichrist and the false prophet. There's always room for discussion, right? I'm going to give a whole bunch of signs in many different clips, and I just want you to judge for your own. And I wanted to do this in a better state. My back is completely out. Man, I don't know. Pray for me. But let's take an honest look at this. I want to show you what I'm seeing. And because of my state, I think I finished most of it, but there's a lot more. And right now, there's so much happening in the world that's being fulfilled that I can't even put it in this video, or it'll make it way too long. Like, things just happening at a rapid pace. And it does have to do with Gaza, it does have to do with the Saudis, it has to do with Daniel 11. Let's watch some of this. There's reasons why I play certain things, okay?
I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
Thou bearest record of thyself. Thy record is not true.
Though I bear record of myself, yet my record is true. For I know whence I came and whither I go, but ye cannot tell whence I come and whither I go. Ye judge after the flesh. I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true, for I am not alone, but I and the Father that sent me. It is also written in your law that the testimony of two men is true.
Is this your hero? Is this your hero? Let's play that again. I guess this is at a summit. There's a, what's his name? Man, my pain, so I can't even think. The NATO guy, Stoltenberg, or so. Let's look.
Right after a couple of good paragraphs, it's talking about northern New Jersey. Draws the prober's eye, written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This was 14 years ago. They didn't do a reach. Nobody can do it like that. Honestly.
Nobody's stronger than me.
Nobody has better toys than I do.
There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am.
Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Nobody builds walls better than me. Nobody's better to people with disabilities than me.
Nobody's fighting for the veterans like I'm fighting for the veterans.
There's nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
There's nobody more pro-Israel than I am. There's nobody more conservative than me.
There is nobody that respects women more than I do.
Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump.
Because nobody's ever had crowds like Trump has had.
There's nobody that understands the horror of nuclear better than me. And nobody even understands it but me. It's called devaluation.
The sale of the uranium, that nobody knows what it means. I know what it means.
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
Nobody knows the game better than I do.
Nobody in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump.
I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
Nobody knows politicians better than I do.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do.
So you might wonder what I'm trying to show you here. And people just don't understand what this means to who Donald Trump is. Why did he do this? What's the purpose? It's completely satanic. So I saw that, and I saw the proof that the architect of Trump Tower So when you look on Wikipedia, it says 663 feet, I think. That's awfully close, isn't it, though, considering all the other stuff? But the architect who designed the building says it's 666 feet tall. So that's not it. He lives on the 66th floor. That's strange. And it goes to the 68th. But he chose to live on the 66th floor of the building. I'm not done. You see this right here, and I had to get the right. There's not a lot of videos that show this. And I think this is the way it used to be, because I don't think it is this way anymore. You see this right here? You see the inverted fertility triangle, you know? So above as below type thing. He designed it right into his building. Not only that, so we know it's a satanic triangle, and you see all the triangle signs him and his son make, right? His son just made it the other day at the inauguration. Very obvious one, which I will show you. But look, it begins on the 6th floor, this inverted triangle. It begins on the 6th floor. It goes up 6, across 6, and out 6. You're going to tell me that he's not satanic in any way? He's not demonic? So what is he? Just a pagan?
Inside Donald and Melania Trump's Manhattan apartment mansion. Take a look inside Donald Trump's opulent Manhattan penthouse. Located at the Trump Tower in Manhattan, New York, Donald and Melania Trump live on the top 3 floors of this grand penthouse with breathtaking views of Central Park and Manhattan. The Trump apartment, decorated in 24K gold and marble, was designed by Angelo Donilla in Louis XIV style. The stunning penthouse apartment is the epitome of elegance and perfection.
So, this apartment, so we live 66, 7, 68. It's decorated in 24 karat gold and marble, the most expensive things in the world. It reminds me of the only time in the Old Testament they refer to 666, which is in the Book of Kings, right? I forget if it's in Chronicles, but anyways, it's in Kings. And it's the only depiction of 666. And when you look at it, it has to do with the talents of gold. And to me, that represents what we see here. Anyways, it's a clue. Maybe or maybe not that Old Testament chapter is. But, you know, maybe it is. Not only this, I could not find a video, but he has like statues and like an artistic fresco, like a picture, a painting of Apollo. He loves Apollo. Do you understand who Apollo is? Read Revelation 9. We know Donald Trump makes a lot of different stuff, sells a lot of different stuff. And yes, I do believe he's the Antichrist. And I do believe, as Jesus said, you come in your own name, you will accept, right? I do believe this is him. And in any case, he makes a lot of his brand. He is a brand. His name is a brand. It's the most recognized name on earth. So let's take a look. He's making a gold foil bill. And I believe there could be 10, 100, but I think the main thing was $1,000 bill. It's my back. No one will believe this until they see it themselves. On the reverse, which is right here, this is the front, this is the back. On the bottom right corner of, I don't know how many, but there's a lot of them. What is this right here? Let's take a look, see if I can make it a little bigger. I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but it doesn't matter anyways, because you can go and find it yourself. Let me see what's going on here. See if I can. It's kind of hard to see here. Yeah, in any case, I am not incorrect. That's a 666 right there. See that? It is. I'm not going to find another one. I know the truth to this. It's 666. 666, man.
And I'm not doing this. Somebody said it's Trump's trade war. This isn't my trade war. This is a trade war that should have taken place a long time ago by a lot of other presidents. Over the last 5 or 6 years, look, a lot of other things. I am the chosen one. Excuse me. Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade.
We can save them with certain formulas. He's given me these formulas. I'm saying, forget it. You don't have to be that specific. And now the whole thing landed. I never saw anything like it. And it's been through a lot. You know, you look at it. It was a beautiful, white, shiny thing. Now it's burned to a crisp, but they landed. It needs only a new paint job. That's a lot cheaper than building a new one, right? But that was coming down. I looked at it this morning. I said, look at that. Oh, no. That's terrible, because it was coming down so fast, and all of a sudden, boom, and it's like got this much on his side. We're going to have to get Elon to explain that. But
fire
another
coming
time.
down
First,
from
we have
heaven.
to get elected, right?
In the
So
sight of man.
Elon's rocket's coming down, and I never.
Bear with me, it's building. Can you remember when Jesus has finally had enough and he said, you know, like, you reject me, but when someone comes in his own name, you will accept. I couldn't believe this one, and I didn't know this video existed till about, I don't know, a month ago. In any case.
Okay. Give thanks to Hashem, for his work is good, his kindness endures forever. Presented to President Donald J. Trump for his extraordinary and heroic efforts. I like that very much. To help the state of Israel and the Jewish people. He and his family should be blessed eternally. From the Israel Heritage Foundation, July 10th, 2023. I want to thank you. Let me put it this way. If we don't win, Israel's in big trouble. I really do. I mean it. Israel's in big trouble. 100 more years. 100 more years. What is this, a test? The rabbis gave me a test.
Who has seen such things? Reminds me of Isaiah 53. Who has believed our report? Can you believe this is happening? They're giving him a silver crown. The Jews are giving him a silver crown. He has a 99% approval rate in Israel. I was going to go to the verse in the Bible, but I'm not going to. It says that the Antichrist could be Assyrian and or Roman. And so you wonder, you say, well, you know, where's his family from? His father's father, so Donald's grandparents came from Germany. And they came from an area where earlier, I don't know how much earlier, I can't tell you at this very moment, but the Assyrians moved into that area. So if we wonder if he could be the Assyrian, the answer is yes. Now this one that I want to show you here, we've all seen. And you know, a lot. It seems like, you know, it could be very easy to say, let's watch it first.
Take a look at what happened.
I believe in my heart that John the Apostle, John the Revelator, saw this. I believe he saw this. And, you know, a lot of people put this out as soon as it came out, right? The deadly head wound that healed. But what people don't understand is that it was one of the heads of the beast was wounded. So it had to be a power or you know, a power, a king, or something like that. And so it appears that it could be a double fulfillment because they fit perfectly. You know, the things of God are quite amazing, right? When we start to study it. And so what is, if this is one of the fulfillments, what's the other one that happened? And in Revelation it says this. Now look, so Revelation 17:8, the beast that you saw, it was, is not, and will ascend out of the bottomless pit and go to perdition. Look at this. I'm going to read this whole thing. And will ascend out of the bottomless pit and go to perdition. And those who dwell on the earth will marvel, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they see the beast that was, is not, and yet is. There it is. What does that mean? You know, a lot of people said, well, you know, considering John's time, it was, you know, the Romans to the British to the Americans. That could also be, that would make it a triple fulfillment. That'd be America. But look, Donald Trump was in power. Then he wasn't, but then he got it again in a most miraculous, because it's the power of Satan. So you get that, right? So right there, a double fulfillment. Who knows, right? No, this kind of reminds me of, like, in the Vatican, there are 9/11 signs all over the place. Did you know that? That they're engraved on the building, 9/11. In any case, like in numerology, look at that. Pardon me, guys, I'm not doing well because my back is aching so badly. So this person says, a coincidence or a game? Trump, the 45th in office. So 4 plus 5 and his 45th equals 9. 47, 4 plus 7 equals 11, 9/11. Do you find that a coincidence? Because there's way too many coincidences. You know, after there's 15 in a row, then you have to think there's something else going on. So you saw the building, his building, Trump Tower. He put the inverted triangle. Like seriously, when the hell are you going to open up your eyes? Seriously. Do they have to come and put the triangle in your face and put it on your shoulder? Look, this is his son, Eric Trump. This was the inauguration. He's so obvious. Look who's beside him there, Jared Kushner. I'm going to get to him. And like I said, I can't get to everything. I can't get to him, is what I meant. But I'll get to a point, though. And I'm going to leave you a video that's going to excite you. Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on him for a long time. Before people were even talking about him. Because I knew he was the architect of the Middle East peace plan way, way, way back. So let's take a look at this. Why is he doing this? You know what that's saying? I give homage to Satan and not to God. I can assure you that a lot of those people in the room are the same. So you see here who they honor. As above, so below. As within, so without.
So former President Trump made $300,000 from the Bibles he marketed earlier this year. Those Bibles, including lyrics to the song God Bless the USA by country singer Lee Greenwood. Trump also disclosing that he holds more than $1 million in cryptocurrency, despite once declaring that digital currency is a scam.
Oh, don't worry, no big deal, eh? You're just selling some Bibles. You know, I just put some stuff in it on my own, right? Don't worry about it. What does it say here? For I testify unto man, every man that hears the words of this prophecy, this book, Revelation 22. If any man shall add unto these things, any man, but you're going to say, but it's Trump though. God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book, the book of Revelation. There's a lot of scary plagues in this. So that's a guarantee he's going to get those. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things that are written in this book. So, we know. Read Revelation 22:18. He cannot escape that now. Not only that, but he made a profit. He made $300,000 on the Bible, and now this is going to happen to him. So you know in Revelation, and because of my back, I can't go to every verse, guys, but it says a beast rises out of the sea. You've heard that probably a million times. Well, thanks to a viewer, thank you, by the way, for telling me this, whether or not this is affiliated, but the intricacies of God are so great. January 20th, he was inaugurated, and the sun enters Aquarius on the 19th to the, I don't know what it was, to the 26th. What does it say here? When the sun enters Aquarius, we tend to have more surprises, zany interactions, and just out of the ordinary experiences. The start of this year's Aquarius season did not fall short of that on the second day of Aquarius season, second day, so 19th, 20th. Donald Trump was inaugurated for his second term as the 47th president of the United States. So what am I saying here? And I'm not going to read that whole thing. Sun enters Aquarius. What's the acronym? Is that you call it an acronym? C. S-E-A. A beast came out of the sea. So, whether or not that is, I find that really interesting and quite possible. A beast rises out of the sea, enters Aquarius. And this is the Aquarian age, is it not?
Any planned withdrawal. You said to me that in no uncertain terms, you would obliterate him if he dared not to follow every dotted I, cross T, comma, period.
Abdul, I did. Had a conversation, had a number of conversations.
And didn't you at one point tell him, I know exactly where you are, and give him the exact coordinates where he was?
No, I sent him a picture of his house. He said, but
where
why?
He was at the time.
He said, but why do you send me a picture of my house? I said, you'll have to figure that one out. But I said, if you do anything from that point on, we didn't lose one soldier. I said, if you do anything, we're going to hit you harder than any country has ever been hit. He said, I understand, Your Excellency.
Boy, does he ever boast, eh? So what am I saying in this one? He shall understand sinister schemes. Do you think he does?
Battle. So you need to get friends and family to vote. Make sure they vote early. This is important. We're going to be putting up a scorecard, okay? An early vote scorecard, state by state, county by county. What is the scorecard? Vote early. Vote now. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never.
Is he just an innocent guy that just wants to help us? Help the poor? That kind of thing? What is dark gothic mega? Quite honestly, I don't know. This answer here, I find it quite coincidental. Just found this out the other day too. Let's take a look.
Two, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff.
Vehicles. This is cold nitrogen gas, which helps with attitude control.
Stage 1, London Light deploy.
That was as smooth as I'd seen it. We had phenomenal shots all the way through the landing burn.
Donald Trump. So impressed. And I saw it. There was a guy on the phone with me, and poor guy had to wait like 50 minutes, and he was still there. I was looking up in the sky, and it was traveling at like 20,000 miles per hour. Fire come down from heaven in the sight of men. I don't know. Do you think it's something else? Who else makes fire come down from heaven in the sight of men? Strangely, Elon and Donald are like this. Just recently, we know that the end times we know the birth pains, but people tend to forget this, that it's going to start going quicker, and prophecies are going to start being fulfilled very quickly. Watch the video at the end of this. It will excite you.
It's quite good at doing this reliably. And in fact, because we've never shown an end-to-end insertion of a robot in action, we're going to do a live demo of the robot doing surgery in our brain proxy. So who wants to see some insertions? So here it is. That's our R1 robot with our patient Alpha, who's lying comfortably on the patient bed. This is what we call the targeting view. So what you're seeing is this is a picture of our brain proxy. And the pink represents the cortical surface that we want to insert our electrodes into. And the black represents the vasculatures that we want to avoid. And what you're seeing is these hash marked with numbers that represents where we intend to put each of our threads. So should we see some insertions? So this is another view real quick. On the left is the view of the insertion area. And on the right, What the robot's going to do is it's going to peel the array, the threads, one by one from its silicon backing and insert it into the targets that we predetermined in the targeting view. So there you go. That's the first insertion. So we're going to see a couple more insertions. The whole process of inserting about 64 threads in our first product is going to be around 15 minutes for this robot. So yeah, there's a second one that went in, and we're going to do a third one. There you go. And then that's going to go in the background, and we'll come back to it in the later part of the presentation.
I think this is quite old, actually. This could be a few years old. But just like that, man, just take a little bit of the skull out, or I'm pretty sure that's what they take, a little chunk of your skull out, and they put them in just like a sewing machine. Isn't that what it looked like? And what comes to mind to me, and I've heard this said before, just, you know, trying to figure out what this could lead to. Men will seek death but not find it. Right? When those scorpions are going to sting people for 5 months, that's what it says. People will seek death and not find it. Why is that? Is that because they won't be able to die because they want to be like gods? Okay, so you're seeing in real time here to show you that I'm not just looking at anything. So Greek gematria isopsophy calculator. And so you can see here's wisdom, he that has understanding, calculate the number of the beast. This isn't just a particular one that I'm using. There's another, they're all like that. Go do your own research. Let's check out a word here and watch what I type in. Oh, there it is. Neuralink. Let's hit submit and let's see what comes up. Go figure. Go figure. Do you think God, 666, look, Neuralink 666. Now, you're going to say there's lots of 666, different 666 out there. I think this one could be the one. I don't think it could be more clear. Why would God is not the author of confusion? Why would this be? Why would this be the number of the Antichrist? Muhammad, contrived spelling, whatever that is. Titan. In any case, that's what it is. It's no coincidence. God made it that way. Now, I heard this on another YouTuber. Who was it? What's his name there? Nick Jones. I had seen it a long time ago on one of his videos. I stopped watching them because they were all Hollywood and stuff. But I saw this one. I like Nick, but there's no buts. It was just the content, right? But I saw this, and this really caught my attention. Whether or not it's true or not, I think it's very interesting to pay attention. If she is Elon Musk's true babysitter, as it says here in 1978, I guess she babysat him in 1978, and let's hear what she has to say.
God bless you. I'm Shalom Girl on YouTube. I love Jesus, Jesus Christ. He saved me. I want to tell you something. I'm an old lady, kind of. I'm 55.
And sorry, what gives a little more credence to this, I wouldn't have paid attention to this a year ago, and especially too, is that he's presenting all the signs of the false prophet. So why wouldn't I believe this?
I was born in San Francisco in 1965. When I was a girl, I was in San Francisco. I was procured and sent to work for a family. There were 3 generations. There was a boy, the boy's mother and the boy's grandfather. They were coming from Africa. They were white as me. I thought they'd be black. They were coming from Africa. And because of something the boy did, I never told what he did. The boy did something very dark when he was very little. And I was just coming to know Jesus. And Jesus saved me. And anyway, the boy did something very dark. And I never told what he did. And then one day I asked someone in the circle, Imelda, Joaquin's mother, I asked Imelda, I said, is he the Antichrist? I was 13 years old. She didn't even blink. She said, no, but he will present the mark. And when you see him do that, the Antichrist will take the stage. So, now here we are, 40 years later. Boom, that boy is the star of the world. He's the king of the world, but Jesus Christ is the king of my heart. Okay. The boy's name then was El Elyon, but it's changed over time. But we're 40 years later, and I see that boy everywhere, and the world adores him, but he's the king of Babylon. And I'm going to call you out, choose you this day whom you will serve. Be it God, serve him. Be it the king of Babylon.
To say the least, that's very strange. And I'm sure this can be somewhat proven. You know, did she actually babysit him? I don't know, man. I already know. Even without this, I already know. So when I hear something like this, it just... my own personal journey. Gaza. And I can't go to each individual piece because this is almost, it's 36 minutes long. They're talking about peace and stability. He was very surprised, Netanyahu. What do we know, right? To hear what Trump is saying, let's listen to a bit of it.
United States, with its stability and strength, owning it, especially the strength that we're developing and developed over the last fairly short period of time, I would say really since the election. I think we'll be a keeper of something that is very, very strong, very powerful, and very, very good for the area, not just for Israel, for the entire Middle East. Very important. And we'll, again, have thousands of jobs, and there'll be jobs for everyone, not for a specific group of people, but for everybody. Okay, please.
I think peace between Israel and Saudi Arabia is not only feasible, I think it's going to happen. I think if we had another half a year in your first term, it would have already happened.
True. Many, many more, I agree, many more nations.
I think you can't prejudge and pre-guess how we'll achieve it, but I'm committed to achieving it, and I know the President is committed to it.
So we know what's going on. Like I said in another video, are they doing this just to bring to the peace table to build that third temple? I don't know. But in any case, I want to show you something else. So they're saying peace and safety, peace and security. Keep watching. This is very troubling for a variety of reasons. This was way before. This was... oh man, I should look at the date. Okay. February. Okay, so this was a year ago. Listen to this. So this plan is not new. This Gaza will take over Gaza. Do you think it's new? We're looking for Jared Kushner, the architect of the Middle East peace plan. What is their plan? Are they trying to make money, literally in Gaza, a Riviera, as they said? Take a listen.
If people would focus on kind of building up, livelihood, it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there. But I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up. But I don't think that Israel has stated that they don't want the people to move back there afterwards.
That was Jared Kushner speaking with Harvard University's Middle East Initiative last year. And his comments were strikingly similar to what we heard from President Trump Tuesday about the U.S. taking over and rebuilding Gaza. Kushner is, of course, the president's son-in-law who took a leading role on Middle East policy during the first Trump administration. Let's bring in Tariq Masood, who facilitated that discussion with
I just want to finish off with this. He's been working on this for a long time, Jared Kushner, the guy who bought 666 Pennsylvania Avenue, the most expensive real estate deal in U.S. history. Promote a future of peace and security in the Middle East. Wow, oh wow. This has been going on for a long time, obviously. So, you can take your best guesses at everything here. This is what I have to show you. There's a lot more I could say. You're going to say, well, the signs are still lacking. I just didn't speak really through the video because of my back. I just wanted to show you a lot of signs that point towards who the Antichrist false prophet. And I don't know who Jared Kushner really is. We know he's Jewish, but I don't know. He doesn't fit the Antichrist picture. Trump does. He does. He really does.